Understanding psychological manipulation in extreme cases. The case of the Toybox Killer is one that sends chills down our spines. David Parker Ray, a notorious criminal, used horrific psychological manipulation tactics to torment his victims. So, what exactly is psychological manipulation? At its core, it refers to the ways in which a person can influence or control another's thoughts, emotions, or behaviors through tactics that often undermine the victim's autonomy. Understanding these tactics is crucial, not just for the victims involved, but for society as a whole. By peeling back the layers of this case, we can appreciate how dark and insidious these manipulative methods can be. The perpetrator's tactics, building trust. Let's dive deeper into how Ray operated. He didn't start with outright violence. Instead, he employed charm and manipulation to ensnare his victims. He would identify individuals who were often vulnerable, lonely, or lacking in social support. These traits made them more susceptible to his twisted form of charm. By creating a false sense of trust, he made his victims believe they were safe with him. This level of manipulation isn't just a simple persuasion tactic. It's a deliberate strategy that allows the perpetrator to build a connection with their target before severing their sense of autonomy entirely. It's both chilling and eye-opening to think about how trust can be weaponized in such a way. Gradual control, isolation, and dependence. Once he established a connection, Ray gradually introduced control into the victims' lives. This often involved isolating them from friends and family, making it that much harder for them to seek help. He'd manipulate their social interactions and daily routines, reinforcing their dependence on him. Imagine being cut off from the very people who could offer you support and the comfort of normalcy. This isolation is crucial to the manipulator. It erodes the victim's sense of reality and reinforces a belief that they are entirely dependent on their abuser for meaning and direction in their lives. Erosion of self-esteem and identity. As Ray's control deepened, he engaged in a systematic campaign to dismantle his victim's self-esteem and identity. Through constant criticism and cruel remarks, he would ensure that they felt worthless and invalidated. Gaslighting played a significant role here, where he'd deny the reality of their experiences, leaving them confused and doubting their own sanity. This kind of psychological abuse is devastating. Over time, the victims became so reliant on Ray's twisted narrative that they struggled to reclaim their own sense of self-worth. How tough would it be to navigate life when you're constantly second-guessing who you are? Reward and punishment, conditioning compliance. One of the more disturbing aspects of Ray's manipulation involved the use of a system of rewards and punishments. He would alternate between showing sudden bursts of kindness and engaging in cruel behavior. This kind of emotional roller coaster's sweet affection one moment and sheer terror the next creates a warped sense of relationship. Positive reinforcement, like occasional moments of praise, conditioned his victims to act in ways that aligned with his demands. On the flip side, negative reinforcement included intimidation or violence, ensuring they remained compliant out of fear. This isn't just manipulation, it's full-on conditioning that cements the abuser's power over the victim. Long-term psychological effects on victims. The aftermath for victims can be nothing short of catastrophic. Chronic anxiety, PTSD, depression, and pervasive feelings of helplessness can linger long after they escape their captor. Rebuilding a shattered self-identity becomes an arduous journey, often requiring professional therapy and support. Imagine living with the psychological scars inflicted by such sustained torment. Even as they embark on recovery, many victims grapple with the emotional turmoil and the ever-present triggers that evoke memories of their trauma. The effects don't just vanish, they take years to process. Legal challenges and societal implications. One of the significant hurdles when dealing with cases like Ray's is the legal challenges tied to proving psychological manipulation in court. Often, it's difficult to gather solid evidence of the psychological abuse. These manipulative tactics might not always be visible, making it hard for legal professionals to present a clear case. A deeper understanding is paramount for law enforcement and the legal system to effectively address these crimes. Additionally, support systems for victims are often inadequate, leaving them vulnerable even after their traumatic experiences have ended. Society must do better. Conclusion. lessons learned, and future implications. Reflecting on the unsettling case of the Toybox Killer teaches us valuable lessons about psychological manipulation. Awareness of these tactics is crucial not just for those affected, but for everyone, as manipulation can occur in various aspects of life. Strengthening legal frameworks and providing better support for victims can make a significant difference. Let's engage in conversations that promote understanding and empowerment. By working together, we can better protect individuals and foster environments where manipulation is recognized, addressed, and ultimately dismantled. It might be an uphill battle, but through collective awareness, we can pave the way for change.